Hey guys, I'm Tom at the Tech Chap, and I'm in Taiwan for Computex, where ASUS have just unveiled this, the ROG phone. ASUS are saying this is the world's fastest phone, with a Snapdragon 845 processor clocked at 2.9 GHz, rather than the meager 2.8 you get on most phones with the same chip. But it's not just about raw performance. First of all, just look at this thing. Design-wise, it's clearly inspired by the ROG gaming monitors and laptops, but I actually really like it, mainly because it's just different. But as the name implies, they are definitely going for a gamer audience. It's a similar size to, say, the OnePlus 6, albeit a tad thicker and heavier, but it still feels comfortable to hold. It's IP68 water resistant, we get stereo speakers, a headphone jack, and a second USB-C port. There's the normal USB-C on the bottom and a second one on the side, which can also be used to charge it or attach one of these accessories, such as this, the Aero Active Cooler, which comes bundled with the phone. That's right, the ROG phone has its own dedicated modular fan add-on. So when you're gaming, to keep the phone from getting too hot, dock it with this and everything will stay nice and cool. You can even feel a little cool breeze coming from it, and while you can play games without it, for longer stretches the phone can get quite hot, and you can actually adjust the fan speed in the phone's very own Game Center app. There's also a controller dock if you prefer gaming with physical buttons, and a nifty desktop dock add-on, so you can just drop in your ROG phone, connect up a monitor, keyboard and mouse, and you're good to go. So you can play mobile PUBG just like proper PUBG. And finally there's the Twin View dock, which has a second screen built in, so pop in your phone and you've basically got a Nintendo DS style setup, which seems really cool, although I definitely need to have a proper play with this for my full review. As for the screen, we get a tall 6-inch Full HD Plus HDR AMOLED display, which looks really nice. There's no notch, it's super color accurate, it can upscale games to HDR, according to ASUS, but most importantly, it's got a 90 Hz refresh rate, up from the standard 60 Hz, which makes everything from swiping between home screens to playing games that are optimized for it even smoother. It doesn't quite match the 120 Hz of the Razer phone, but this has a much lower 1 millisecond response time to reduce ghosting in games. Honestly, it's really weird talking about this stuff for a phone. As you would expect for a phone that's all about playing games, it's got a pretty hefty battery as well, a 4000 mAh cell to be exact, which is the same size as the Razer phone and the Huawei P20 Pro. The 90 Hz refresh rate and overclocked processor will definitely have an impact though, so don't expect it to last more than a day with regular use. Although it does support quick charging 4, so it shouldn't take long to top up. Elsewhere, we get a dual lens camera setup with a 12 megapixel main lens and a second 8 megapixel wide angle lens. ASUS weren't talking too much about this at the hands-on, but I believe it's the same camera setup used in their flagship Zenfone 5Z. It seems pretty decent, but again, I'll test it properly in my full review. Now, pricing and availability haven't been confirmed to me just yet, but it definitely won't be cheap considering the flagship specs and all the gaming extras. So first impressions, well, it's great to see more brands coming out with proper gaming phones. You're obviously still limited to Android apps, and ASUS's phone software isn't everyone's cup of tea, but with mobile gaming and game streaming growing all the time, I think there's definitely room for devices like this. It's technically very impressive, and if mobile gaming is for you, then this is definitely worth giving a look. But for everyone else, well, at least it's nice to see something a bit different. So what do you reckon? Would you buy it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to click subscribe so you don't miss out on my full review. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Tech Chap.